And I'm being put into a position where I have nothing to lose but to say everything and anything. Because he won't leave me alone. This is what the narcissist does. They keep on you over and over and over and over and over. And I mean, yeah, say I would go back to LA and stand in front of a judge and tell him all this. There's no guarantee. I mean, this is what they do. They want, because see, the thing of it is most of these states, right? Some court puts out a warrant. They don't deliver the person to that state. They say to the state, come and get them. They don't want it. California wants me to deliver myself to the predators. It wants to sacrifice me for this guy's reputation. I'm so sick of being a sacrifice. I'm so sick of being treated like shit. I don't understand why people keep attacking me so viciously for every little thing. No, I want him to leave me alone. That's all I've ever wanted. I begged that judge. I said, no, Your Honor, if you give him the restraining order, you're going to give him a foot in the door to harass me for 3 years. And now here it is, close to 3 years later. The narcissist is screaming at the top of his lungs that I violated a restraining order. So let's say I would go there and all they would do is hand me another restraining order. Well, that's another 3 years that the motherfucker has to plan something. Because see, this is the way the narcissist works. And this is another thing these judges are pig ignorant about. Psychology. You know, they study for years to know every little thing in a book. And even then they can't know everything. It's so fucking idiotic. These people refuse to humble themselves. They refuse. You try to explain to them, hey, this con artist, he's a con artist, he's a narcissist, here's what narcissists do, this is what he's doing. Oh, you're a felon, you don't know anything. No, the only reason I'm a felon is because he made me one. And you made me one, state, city of LA. They won't admit they're wrong. They've done this with so many millions of people. And I mean, it's a problem across the country. It's a problem across the world. It's like you got people who are perfectly innocent and they're spending the rest of their lives in prison, not because they've done anything wrong, but because the courts thought they did something wrong. And instead of apologizing and confessing their wrongs, they won't do it because they want to save their reputation. The problem is they don't have a reputation. If they have a bad reputation. You know, I mean, the court system continues to prove itself contemptible. Continues to prove itself contemptible. But because they have guns, everybody's too afraid to stand up to them. And so somebody like the narcissist that I have to deal with. And if you want to know who the narcissist is, just search my name and just keep Googling, you know, Nick Bravo real estate fraud. You'll find out who he is. But yeah, it's just, I'm not even allowed to start over. I'm not even allowed free speech. I'm not even allowed to live. You know, don't I have the fucking right to exist? Don't I have the fucking right to exist? But it's fucked up because my life right now is largely a creation of people who hate my fucking guts, who I'm not even allowed to defend myself against. I'm not even allowed to defend myself against. I'm just supposed to keep handing myself over. This con artist is bearing false witness. He's violating a lot of the commandments. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not steal. Two different ones. He violated them both. But he's not being held accountable. I'm telling the truth and I'm being punished. All of this is just so surreal. I don't understand how I, a good, virtuous, loving, compassionate person, is having these problems. I don't get it. And of course, these people, they refuse to take any responsibility for what they've done. Like that fucking Sherlock person. He's going to sit there and, oh, I have nothing to do with you losing your job, Nick. All I did was post videos calling you a racist and a bigot and a criminal and having murderous tendencies, but I had nothing to do with them firing you. No, you did, because you convinced them that I was a monster. I don't know why this. I'm trying to keep it together. And it's just, I'm trying to figure out how I save myself because no one is coming to save me. In fact, more and more, the forces of darkness are marshaling themselves against me. It's not even darkness, it's just straight up evil. I just wanted to leave me alone. I wanted to have a life. I wanted to drive and live and love and work and play and have the same life that everybody else has. I mean, these fuckers in that Corky forum, they post shit where I'm not even a human being. I'm something they call a Corky. And they're like, Corky's made or born? Well, he's made. He's born, and we have nothing to do with, him being a Corky and blah, blah. We're just pointing out his quirkiness, and we have nothing to do with how people treat him. No, you have everything to do with how people treat me. You have everything. Because when I walk up to people, hi, my name is Nicholas. They get on their computer and Google, Google, Google. What do they find? They find lies and slander. And they won't even give me the benefit of the doubt. They won't even say, hey, what's the context? And I can't even get anybody to pay attention. I can't even get myself onto a news station. Or I can't even contact big YouTubers and say, hey, let me tell my story. To them, I'm just a criminal. To them, I'm just a felon. And because of that, I'm just to be treated maliciously. I'm to be treated with hostility. And somebody might say to me, well, haven't you sinned? What was your sin? My sin, the only sin, was sinning against myself by believing somebody who I shouldn't have. By sacrificing myself. I mean, I was conned into it. I was tricked. But that doesn't seem to matter to anybody. Because the thing of it is it's this lust to punish. These prosecutors, these judges, these trolls, these whatever, they just want to punish. They're like, oh boy, we get to punish someone. We get to hurt someone. This is what they do. Nobody wants to talk to me. They want to sit there and they want to go to all these, they want to go third person, fourth person, fifth person and say, tell us about Nick Bravo. I'm right here. I'm saying, hi, I'm Nick Bravo. Let me tell you about myself. And they're like, no, we don't want to hear anything you have to say. Because, I mean, even if I went to LA and all they did was hand me another restraining order thing, all they're going to do is give my narcissist another 3 years to come up with more bullshit. And people will say, well, he just doesn't want you saying his name on the internet. I've already done that. And you got to realize the way narcissists work. Narcissists, when I told people what he did, when I told people the real estate fraud scheme that he came up with and used me as a patsy for, when I told people about the violent assault and I had video evidence of that assault, that created narcissistic injury in the narcissist. And because of that, he wants to punish. He wants to punish me, but no punishment is ever going to be good enough. He could have me killed, and he'd still not be happy. He would still need to fucking ridicule me and slander my name and do everything he could. It's never going to be enough for him. No amount of legal is ever going to be enough for him, and he's making money. You know, he's got the car, the house, the family, the everything. On paper, the judge looks and goes, I'm a child, I'm a child. You're gonna sit with that tonight. Meanwhile, they look at me on paper and they're like, he's a monster. We need to punish. Yeah. It's just, these people are crazy. I don't know if they're crazy or if they're just straight up evil. I know the narcissist is straight up evil, but I honestly just don't know what to do at this point. I honestly don't. Because it's never going to end.